at the end of the day, after watching that and seeing, the full thing, I think it's a two-man race. I don't think it's a three-man race right now. I think it's really a two-man race. And then with that two-man race, it's going to come down to this. Do you want a car that's going to get you to the office every day? It's not going to be a sexy car. It's going to get you from point A to point B. Or do you want a real sexy car that's going to get you to the office, but, you might get a speeding ticket because you're driving too fast. Or, you might do a little something right now. So that's what we have right now. Peyton Thorne is that car that's going to get you from point A to point B. He's that guy that he's been 2 years in the program, going in his third year in the program. Noah Kim is that sexy splash, that new car that's going to be there, that's going to get you. He's going to make play. He's going to wow you with that shiny car. It's going to be like, oh, wow, look at that. But he's going to throw those things, too, that's going to make you scratch your head a little bit. But there's nothing wrong with that. It's what do you want? I love the way Noah Kim plays the game. I love his escapability. I love the way that he can step up in the pocket and go. And I like he can throw on the run. He can sling that ball downfield. Peyton Thorne has a command for, of the offense. He understands. He's been studying. What to do, against this coverage and that. He just has that. He's not a guy that's gonna, wow you with, all with a throw or with a play or anything like that. He has that capability, but I just think at the end of the day, Noah Kim can make plays. I would love to see him connect more with his receivers off the field and everything like that, so they continue to build chemistry. And they can, so when he's scrambling around, they can make that adjustment without talking, so to speak.
Otis, as a defensive back, tell me.
I was trying to follow. I was following that analogy because I was like,
how'd I do?
I was thinking like, man, you riding like with some music turned on, with some, a sound system with some, subwoofers or something. But like, I don't even think it's skill is obviously one thing, but it's the confidence factor for me. Like, you just feel like he is going to go out there, and this is Noah, to go out there and compete. Like, he's going to go out there and do what he can. Drew Stanton did that, where you knew Drew was going to run out there, and he didn't care if he had one leg or three legs, whatever. He was getting a first down, right? Like, and that's from a defensive standpoint of, I'm on the sideline, I'm getting water, I'm getting rejuvenated, getting my meter up to make sure we go back out. That Kool-Aid and Gatorade, I'm trying to get that, right? And I want to be able to look at the screen and be like, first down. Hear the sideline say 1, 2, 3, first down. I want to hear that more consistently before I'm like, oh man, another 3 and out. You hear punt ready every second of the time. That's what, especially when the skill guys are in special teams. Like, bro, that's more mileage, man. Like, what I'm talking about. Like, punt ready, box. Right. And so I just want us to be consistent and I'd rather have confidence in you being forceful down the throwing the ball deep, running, doing whatever before you just sit back there and tuck and run. I don't want you to tuck and run on the first two options in your progression. We gotta go, man, and be everything. I want to be in the huddle and hear how they're commanding. That's really what it is. I wanted you, Choo Choo, to go in there in the huddle and take that mic in there and just see what the call was. I just want to feel that. I
want to know. I think you're really just putting your skirting around. What do you think?
No, I'm not. I told you. Noah Kim is a guy that I said is going to go out there and give us our defense rest. It's going to be able to keep us off the field and score. Now, it really, how quickly, and Stray had a good point Saturday, is that it's going to be first game, second game, we going to have a dual battle still, but then Washington will name a starter. I'm like, name a starter now. Not now, but name it first week, second week of fall camp. Don't let us sit in there guessing on who it is, but I do believe Noah has taken that step and is from spring game. And it was really not that much to assess because it really wasn't a game, but he just looked crisp. Like he had more crisp. It was very buttoned up and was like, and knew it. Like he had that swag of a guy you need to have at the quarterback spot.
Mm-hmm. Hey guys, I agree with you both in your assessment of what's going on. I feel for whatever reason, I don't know what it is, that the coaching staff isn't that high on Kim. If there was a push from the coaching staff to have Noah Kim in there, I think he would already be the starting quarterback based off of how he's performed in my eyes, in your eyes, and what we've seen. But there's certain practices that we're not at, that we get reports back that doesn't take the proper drops. He's not. His mechanics aren't correct. I think that Noah Kim may suffer a little bit from the gamer syndrome, and that's something that myself I had that in high school. I was a gamer. Like I didn't really think practice was all that big. But as you guys know, when you play Power 5 football, NFL football, all that stuff, practice is everything. Mm-hmm. Because those coaches aren't going to trust you if you don't do everything right all the time. But Noah Kim, I don't know what he was in high school, like 64-1 or something crazy like that. His record as a starting quarterback. He lost one game out of 60-something games, which is incredible. I think that he's a guy that when the lights come on, he gets calm. When the stage is bigger, he's more focused, which is great. But he has to break through when you're battling an incumbent who is a 2-year returning starter to be able to break through and be able to play, because that gives the coaches comfort. These guys make a lot of money. There's a lot of things on the line, and they're not going to trust you if you don't do things right all the time. If you're not following their progressions, when they ask you questions after each play, if you can't diagnose exactly what you saw, then that's going to give them pause. But for our eyes, looking at it from, the sidelines and from the booth or the TV, wherever it is, Noah Kim just makes plays after play after play. So what do you do here? You have a conundrum, which is kind of a rock and a hard place. This thing is going to continue on through the summer. It's going to be, I believe, in my opinion, there's going to be 2 quarterbacks playing against Central Michigan and Richmond. And then we'll see, based off of the results, the facts, the final statistics, if you will, before we get to the Washington game. Because you got Michael Penix Jr. coming in town, who's beat Michigan State in Spartan Stadium as an Indiana quarterback, and he also beat Michigan State at Washington as a Washington quarterback. So you got to have your ducks in a row right there, because that game is a pivotal game. Not the other two aren't a pivotal game, because you got to win those now. You better win those games. But that Washington game in week 3 is pivotal. And I think that game, you're going to have one quarterback that rides you all the way through, unless there's something that disastrous happens early in that ball game. So to me, I think that Noah Kim has to continue to work and continue to ignore the noise and continue to focus on what he needs to focus on. Same thing goes for Peyton Thorne. He's got to focus on being the best leader that he can be for guys to follow him in order to be the best player. Because ultimately, all we want to do is win as a program. And we need to find that best leader.